Every town has a story people refuse to talk about after dark. In mine, it was the Umbrella Man. The rule was simple. If you ever see a tall man standing outside in the rain, holding a black umbrella, do not open the door, do not look at him for too long, and whatever you do not let him reach your porch. People laughed at the story until the disappearances started, because every time the Umbrella Man appeared outside a house, someone inside vanished by morning. The first disappearance happened when I was 10. A family lived 3 houses away from us. A mother, a father, and their teenage son. One stormy night, neighbors saw a tall figure standing at the edge of their driveway. He wasn't moving, he wasn't speaking, just standing there beneath a black umbrella. The next morning, the father was gone. No signs of struggle, no goodbye note, no evidence he had ever left the house. It was as if he had simply stopped existing. People blamed kidnappers, runaways, mental illness, anything but the truth. Then it happened again, and again. Every disappearance followed the same pattern. A heavy rainstorm, the appearance of a tall man carrying a black umbrella. Then someone vanished. The police investigated for years. Nothing. No footprints, no fingerprints, no suspects. The only thing witnesses could agree on was his height. Everyone described him as impossibly tall, far taller than any normal person. Years passed. The story became an urban legend, something parents used to scare children, until the night I saw him myself. I was 23, living alone. The rain had been falling for hours, the kind of rain that drowns out every sound. Around midnight, my dog suddenly started growling at the front door, not barking, growling, low and frightened. Then he ran under the kitchen table and refused to come out. That's when I looked through the window and saw him. A tall figure stood across the street, completely motionless. His black umbrella covered his face. The rain crashed around him, yet somehow his clothes looked perfectly dry. I checked the clock, 12:17 a.m. For nearly 10 minutes he didn't move. Then I blinked, and he was closer. No footsteps, no movement, just suddenly standing at the edge of my yard. My stomach dropped. Every childhood story came rushing back. The Umbrella Man was real, and he was looking at my house. I locked every door, closed every curtain, turned on every light. The storm grew louder. Then came a knock. One knock, soft, almost polite. I froze. Another knock, this time from the side of the house. Then another, from the back door. The sound moved impossibly fast, as if something was circling the house, looking for a way inside. I grabbed my phone and called the police. The dispatcher answered, then suddenly went silent. For several seconds all I could hear was rain. Then the dispatcher whispered, "Don't let him reach the porch." The line disconnected. I stared at the phone, terrified. How did she know? Another knock echoed through the house. This one came directly from the front door. I slowly peeked through the curtain. The Umbrella Man had crossed my yard. He was standing halfway up the walkway, closer than ever. The umbrella still covered his face, but now I noticed something else. His feet weren't touching the ground. He was floating. Lightning flashed. For a split second, I saw beneath the umbrella. I wish I hadn't. There was no face, no eyes, no mouth, only darkness. A hole where a human face should have been. Then the figure tilted its head and pointed directly at me. The lights inside my house immediately went out. Everything became black. The only sound was rain hammering against the windows and something slowly approaching the front porch. One step at a time, the footsteps stopped. Silence. Then I heard something impossible. My own voice, coming from outside. Open the door. I backed away. The voice repeated, perfectly copying me. Open the door. Then my mother's voice. Then my brother's. Then dozens of voices, all begging to be let inside. The storm suddenly intensified, and through the darkness I realized something horrifying. The voices belonged to people who had disappeared, and they were all standing outside, waiting, Lightning exploded across the sky. For one terrible second I saw them, hundreds of figures standing in the rain behind the umbrella man, silent, motionless, watching every missing person from every story, every victim, every disappearance. Then the umbrella man stepped onto my porch. The moment his foot touched the wood, a deafening scream erupted from outside. Not one voice, hundreds, thousands. I shut my eyes and prayed. When morning came, the storm was gone. The porch was empty. The umbrella man had vanished. But sometimes, during heavy rain, I still hear knocking at my door, and every year, the figure appears a little closer, as if he hasn't finished with me yet. Would you open the door if you heard your loved one's voice outside during a storm? Comment umbrella if you would keep the door closed or open if curiosity would win. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next storm reveals something far worse than disappearance.